今天我们很荣幸邀请到了一位来自比利时的钢琴大师，他的名字叫 Olivier de Spiegeleir 先生。
Thank you, Alan.
It's a real pleasure to have you here.
A pleasure for me.
So can you tell us about your recitals? Usually, what's your recital like?
So, first of all, I gave a concert with orchestra, but with only one in Chengdu with a very young orchestra. They are not older than 35.
Oh.
Very good orchestra, very fine. And then the other were piano recitals, so solo, but commented recitals. So I give some comments, I give some stories, some poems,
I see.
some literature about the music. And of course it is translated in Chinese because unfortunately I can't speak Chinese. But it was very well done, and I found that we are so far, 10,000 kilometers from Belgium, but music can join the people together.
Exactly. Music's like the universal language.
Yes,
Right.
universal is very impressive.
Yes, yes. And also, I've heard an opinion about piano before. It says that piano is like a single instrument that is capable of expressing all the musical ideas. Do you agree with that?
Yes, of course. A violin is the prettiest instrument, but the piano is the king of the instrument.
King of the instruments. Wow.
One.
Excellent. So you master the king of the instruments.
Yes, yes, because you can play everything, and you can let it sound like a violin, like a trumpet, like all orchestra.
Oh, nice, nice. And also, piano, this music is also really a good approach to express high quality feelings, deep emotions.
Yes.
Sometimes even better than language. Do you think so?
Yes, there's a great French composer. It was Claude Debussy. You know perhaps about him. He died 100 years ago. It was modern, but he said that music begins when the language ends.
Well, I like that phrase. Music begins when the language ends.
And that's really true, because you can't say anything with words, but with music you can say a lot of things. And I could yesterday I listened. It was a masterclass in BCLU.
BCLU, okay.
And so I gave some lessons and ideas, but also I had a chance to listen to young students, especially from pipa.
Pipa? It's a Chinese traditional musical instrument.
It was wonderful, and it was the music is different from the Western music, of course. The tones are different, the scales and so on, but the expression was very. I was upset. It was terrible. It was the story of the old emperor who took out his clothes. You know that. A very old story about a war between two
nations.
kings. Yes. And it was a young pupil, a young girl.
So you could hear the message, the story, from the playing of that instrument.
It was terribly expressive and terribly. It took me very deep.
I see, I see. So you compare the effects of the music of piano and the pipa. Which one do you think is stronger?
Oh, I don't think it's the instrument important. It is the way that the musician
how it's played.
Yes, how it's playing, how it's saying it with his instrument. And I play Beethoven for her, and she's not crying, but she feels it, and she plays pipa and some old Chinese story in music for me, and I can feel it also. So music is above every word.
I see, yeah. And then the message continues, right?
Yes,
Even though there's no language, the message is all there in the music, and it inspires you.
Yeah. And even more, she told she was practicing since 10 years, 4 hours a day.
4 hours a day.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, yeah. There must be, I guess, yeah. And also from your own personal experience, maybe you can give some really good tips, advice to Chinese piano lovers, piano learners, right?
I'm not sure I can give tips.
For example, I love to learn how do you play piano? How do you play the piano one day? But can you tell me when is a good time to start playing the piano?
As early as possible.
As early as possible.
Because the hand must be, you know, the piano is not natural, huh? Because you have this, the how do you call it, the keyboard. It's equal.
Yeah.
It is. So, but the fingers are not equal. You have a great one, you have two small ones, and then two middle.
Yes, yes.
So the hands is not, head is natural. You have to put it on a certain way to make it unnatural.
Unnatural. Okay, you have. It's like a new habit you have to form.
And so when you begin as a child, you are accustomed to do this.
Yeah, it's easier for a child, right?
Yes.
For a child to get
Because
accustomed to it.
Always a little kind of sport.
I see. Thank you, thank you. And can you tell us, in the first place, how did you get into this passion for piano?
It's my father. My father was not professional. He was a designer, of a painter, but he liked to play on the organ. And then my sister, she's older than me. She began to play the piano, and then I said, I want to do this also. So I was 7, and now I'm 57. So if 50 years at a time playing the piano, oh.
Wow.
So.
Well, that also shows how dedicated you are to this instrument, to music.
Yes, surely. It's so important in my life. I play 3-4 hours a day. But it's not only.
You still play 3 or 4 hours a day?
Yeah. But not only playing, it's also studying, dreaming, reading. Not only the fingers, also the mind.
Because you need to get inspirations for your music.
For example, you can begin by learning the piece by heart, and then you begin to play it. So I take the score and I read it and I learn it. Like a book.
Like
then I close the book and then I begin to play.
I see. Usually, how long is it going to take you to get the music from your head to your hands? Then you'll be able to play naturally and beautifully.
Oh yes, it depends of the pieces. There are very pieces who are very easy to play, so then 2 or 3 days. But there are pieces, some Beethoven sonatas, for example, takes 6 months.
Oh,
to be able
6 months.
Yeah.
Half a year.
Yeah, it can be more. To play it as good as you want to play it.
I see. So what do you think your like the repertoire that you often play?
My preferred is classical, especially Beethoven.
Beethoven.
Yeah. For me, that's the greatest. There are the 3 greatest: Beethoven, Bach, and Mozart.
Yes.
Bach is more religious music. Mozart is genius, very difficult because it's very light. And Beethoven, for me, is the greatest one because he's very human. It's sort of a man who is trying to become a god. But you see, Bach is already a god. And Mozart is an angel. But Beethoven is a man.
It's human.
Yes.
Wow. So you are able to play all the music. So you're pianist with really wide repertoire.
But there are so many pieces written for the piano that you can't play anything. You can't play all the things. There are too much. I think in life you can't play everything. It's too much for the piano.
I see. So you still have to choose the ones that really fits you.
Yeah, fits you, and yes, and you play the best.
I see. Do you know any like Chinese music that you sometimes play piano with?
Not a lot. I confess, and I don't know a lot of Chinese music, but I'm interested.
Oh, so you heard some, right?
Yes.
What's the impression of
yesterday what I heard? Because I didn't know that it could be so expressive. You see, because we have it's difficult to explain. My English is not so good. In the French and the Western music, we have scales and tones with major and minor tones and half tones also, and it is it makes a balance.
Balance.
Yeah, a balance. And in Eastern music, you have the tones are very difficult. The chords are different, and it doesn't mean the same thing for my ears, because I'm accustomed for
Western music, yeah.
But the expression is equal, and so it's very. I can't explain it now. I will think over, because every music, when it goes through the heart, it is true.
Yeah.
I don't know if you understand.
Yeah, totally understand.
Yeah.
So anything that comes from the bottom of your heart, that's the true feeling that you're expressing.
It's the same in painting.
Yep.
You can paint with something very nicely, landscape, very classical. Everyone can recognize what you are painting.
Yeah.
And it's true. You can also paint something with colors and modern art.
Yeah.
But it can be true also.
Yep.
And you can express yourself, and you can be upset with this. You can touch the people and the heart of the people with other signs when it comes from the heart.
Yeah. You could
And
really.
that's the important in art. Any language or any art language is good if it is true.
Yeah.
If it is sincere.
Sincere feeling from your heart.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And also, like some modern arts, like abstract arts.
Yes.
It depends on how you look. Depends on the perspective, right? How you look at it.
Yeah.
So
and you
maybe
can feel it if it is sincere or if it is not.
it's good. I totally agree. It's kind of the same with the music, right? Sometimes people may have also similar and also a little bit different interpretation from the music that you play.
Yes, exactly. And it is of course different with the language, because with the language you mean something. A word means something, but a music doesn't mean something. It expresses something. It makes you dream, but it is not a meaning like a sentence.
Yeah, it's not like a straightforward meaning, right?
Exactly.
It depends on how you think about it, how that inspires you.
Yeah.
Excellent. And do you also know, in China there is a very famous Chinese pianist called Lang Lang.
Yes, I know him.
You know him?
Of course, yes. It's a
So
great
what's the impression of Lang Lang?
It is extraordinary, technical, perfect, and also very sympathetic, smiling guy, and not too proud. And so I like him. He's very young, of course.
Yeah, and compare the style that he has with your style. What are some differences or similarities that do you think they are?
I'm not the one who can tell that. I'm older, you see, so it's different. I can't say that.
I see. It's too abstract, right? Sometimes, yeah, not easy to tell.
It's difficult to tell, because every pianist believes in what he is doing, and it's not important to compare.
Yeah. Everyone is unique, right? One of a kind.
Should be.
Yes.
But he's
That what makes.
especially good.
Yeah.
I confess. Yeah.
Thank you. Can you tell us about your future plans that you have?
My future plans. So tomorrow I have a concert here in Beijing, and then the day after I fly back to Belgium, and the day after I have a big concert in Brussels.
Oh.
And then 1 month resting, and then preparing a tournée in Canada.
Wow.
I'm going there, Toronto and Calgary, Ottawa, Vancouver.
Wow.
And I play Debussy, because it is the birthday of his dad, because he died in 1918, just 100 years ago.
Wow.
It's a great French composer.
Wow, you're really busy.
Yes,
And for tomorrow's concert, I'm looking forward to attending.
It will be a pleasure.
Thank you. Before we finish up here, do you have any other words you'd like to say to our audience?
But I thank you for listening. I thank you for your kindness, and I think Europe has a lot of things to learn here in China. It's a great country, great people. I thank you very much.
Well, it's a real pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
We wish you
Alan.
all the best.
Thank you.